so far.
And do you feel that your relationship styles are more conducive to the
Ask
free
us the
flow?
sex question.
Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to talk about Mr. and Mrs. Smith. This is the story of John Smith and Jane Smith, a married couple who seem completely normal from the outside. John believes Jane works at a tech company, and Jane believes John works in construction. But the truth is, both of them are hiding their dangerous secret lives from each other. And the moment that truth comes out, everything turns into chaos. The story begins with both of them sitting in front of a marriage counselor, complaining about each other. From the way they talk, it's clear they are not happy in their marriage at all. There's no excitement left between them, and things have become so dull that they don't even remember when they got married. The counselor is shocked to learn that they haven't been intimate for years and starts wondering why they haven't divorced yet. Still, she wants to understand their relationship better, so she asks them where they first met. The story then shifts into a flashback, taking us to Bogota, Colombia. John is staying in a hotel when suddenly the police arrive after receiving a tip that something suspicious is about to happen there. They begin questioning everyone, focusing mainly on people who are alone, while couples are left alone. John quickly understands what's going on and tries to avoid suspicion by pretending to be with a random woman. At the same time, Jane is also in trouble and starts looking for someone to pose as her partner. That's when the two of them notice each other. They start talking and pretend to be a couple, but during this act, something real begins to grow between them. They genuinely start liking each other. After that day, they keep meeting, and their attraction quickly turns into love. Within just 1.5 months, they get married. At first, everything feels perfect, but over time, both of them get busy with their lives. John claims he works in construction, and Jane says she's a software engineer. Because of this, their connection fades, and even their conversations start feeling like mere formalities. One night, Jane gets an urgent call and leaves, saying it's work-related. But in reality, she goes to a hotel, pretends to be a prostitute, and then kills a man, revealing that she's a highly skilled assassin working for a secret organization. On the other side, John is seen gambling, but suddenly pulls out a gun and kills everyone there, exposing that he too is a professional assassin working for another agency. Both of them have been lying to each other all along.
Hello, John.
Good morning, Atlanta.
Quite the body count this week. We have a priority 1, so I need your expertise.
Later, John also gets a call about a mission. He lies to Jane, saying it's work-related and that he has to leave the city for a few days. As he prepares to leave, he has no idea how much his life is about to change. John reaches his office and learns that the target is linked to a powerful agency and is being transferred. His organization considers the man extremely dangerous, so they assign John to eliminate him before it's too late. On the other side, Jane also receives orders from her agency. They give her the same target and reveal his location and transfer route.
All right, go, Jazz. The target's name is Benjamin Dance, aka the Tank.
You serious?
Yeah.
Her mission is straightforward: eliminate the man before he reaches his destination. Jane accepts and moves quickly. She reaches the site early, sets up explosives along the road, and takes a high vantage point to observe through her scope. As the convoy arrives, she notices someone stepping out of a vehicle, but can't clearly identify him. It's John. Jane keeps watching, trying to understand his actions, while John prepares his weapon. Suddenly, John fires at the convoy, creating chaos. Confused, Jane shoots at him, but his bulletproof vest saves him. John retaliates, firing back at Jane's position, triggering massive explosions that devastate the area. Despite the chaos, the main vehicle carrying the target survives, and the occupants quickly escape. Both John and Jane fail, leaving them frustrated, the first time either of them has failed a mission. When Jane returns to her office, her furious boss reminds her that failure is unacceptable and gives her 2 days to complete the mission, or their organization could be exposed. She agrees, determined to finish it at any cost. Meanwhile, John revisits the site and finds a damaged laptop. After getting it repaired, he discovers shocking footage from the mission hidden inside. John quickly reviews the footage and realizes someone else was present during the attack. As he studies the movements, precision, and style, a familiar pattern emerges. It feels just like Jane. Suspicion slowly grows in his mind, and he starts to consider that Jane might be a contract killer. At the same time, Jane watches the same footage, analyzing every movement. The attacker's style feels familiar to her as well. Though she can't see the face clearly, she begins to suspect it could be John. Unsure, she decides to confirm her doubts. She returns home, acting normal, and starts making drinks, but deep down, both are now wary of each other. John, already suspicious that Jane might have poisoned his drink, quietly throws it into a nearby plant. Jane notices, confirming her fears. John knows the truth. John walks toward her, pretending to act normal, even reaching for the bottle, but deliberately drops it. Jane reacts quickly, catching it, and in that moment, both fully realize the other is also a contract killer. Jane then lets the bottle fall, spilling the drink. She calmly says she'll get something to clean it and walks into another room. Both are now on high alert and pull out their guns. John searches the house for her, then hears a car starting outside. Realizing Jane is trying to escape, he chases her. A shot is fired during the pursuit, making Jane furious. John catches up, insisting he only wants to talk, but Jane doesn't listen and jumps out of the moving car. The vehicle crashes with John still on it, while Jane escapes.
Here's the upside. You don't love him. No. You'll kill him. And nobody's better at that than you are.
She quickly reunites with her team, going into full operation mode, clearing out all hidden weapons and equipment. When John finds out, he goes straight to her office to access their data. Jane's team, alerted, begins deleting files while evacuating. As they flee, John confronts them, pointing his gun at Jane. She doesn't expect him to fire, but he does, forcing her to run again. The tension between them escalates, their trust completely shattered, and both now fully aware of each other's deadly skills. John, frustrated and emotional, insists he just wants to talk, but Jane refuses and escapes. He then searches her office thoroughly, gathering information on her other locations. The next day, John arrives at another office building where Jane is present. In the elevator, Jane notices him and remotely stops the lift, warning him to leave immediately if he wants to stay alive.
Goodbye, John.
John refuses, saying he's not going anywhere and just wants to talk, vowing not to move until she agrees. Jane coldly reminds him they control the building and could drop the elevator anytime. Calmly, John replies he isn't afraid. Eventually, Jane reluctantly tells him to come home, but suddenly the elevator plunges, crashing violently. Jane panics, realizing she didn't order it. It becomes clear someone else is behind it. Shaken, she fears John might be dead. Distraught, Jane goes to the restaurant where they used to meet. Alone, she recalls memories of John, eyes brimming with tears. Just as she lifts her glass, someone pours her drink. It's John. Relief floods her as she sees him alive. They start talking and soon begin to dance.
You think this story's gonna have a happy ending?
Happy endings are stories that haven't finished yet.
But the tension remains. Jane accuses John of irresponsibility, saying their marriage ended because he used her, suspecting he knew her true identity all along. She feels betrayed after trusting him. John counters, claiming he thought she was just a software engineer, and accuses her of putting his agency at risk by collecting sensitive information. Now, they face each other, not just as husband and wife, but as enemies, each feeling deeply betrayed. The argument escalates, and Jane storms off. John follows her, and eventually, she reaches their old house. Moments later, John arrives too. Jane tells him that her agency has given her 48 hours to kill him. If she fails, they will kill her instead. John replies that his situation is exactly the same. His agency has given him the same order. After saying this, both of them step back and point their guns at each other. What follows is an intense fight. Both of them are highly trained and extremely dangerous, so the fight is brutal. As they continue fighting, they start destroying everything in the house. Furniture breaks, walls get damaged, and within minutes, the entire house turns into ruins. Nothing is left untouched. Finally, both of them pull out their guns and aim at each other, but it's clear that neither of them truly wants to shoot. John is the first to lower his weapon. He says that he could never shoot her. He reminds her that he had chances before, but he still didn't pull the trigger. Hearing this, Jane's anger softens. Deep down, she feels the same way. She moves closer and kisses John. After a long time, they reconnect emotionally and physically, realizing that they still love each other. They confess their feelings once again. Just then, the doorbell rings. When they open the door, they see their neighbor standing there with the police. The neighbor says they heard loud noises and things breaking inside. John casually replies that they were just fixing things and that sometimes things break in love. Hearing this, the police and neighbor laugh and leave. After that, John and Jane go back inside and start talking honestly about their past and their professions. But while they are talking, they realize something dangerous. Their agencies have now sent some of the world's best assassins to kill both of them. The agencies believe that since John and Jane are together, they could leak sensitive information and become a threat. Suddenly, heavily armed killers attack them. Gunfire starts from all directions, but John and Jane fight back skillfully. They shoot their way out of the house, taking down attackers one by one. As soon as they step outside, their entire house explodes behind them. Seeing this, both of them are shocked and furious. Now they fully understand. Their own agencies have turned against them. At this point, John tells Jane that from now on, they should hide nothing from each other. He decides to be completely honest and reveals that he was once married before, but it happened under the influence of alcohol and ended quickly in divorce. Jane responds that nothing like that ever happened to her, and she has been trained since childhood for this life. She also reveals that the man who acted as her father during their wedding was actually just an actor she hired. Hearing this, John is shocked. After this, they go to meet John's friend Eddie. John asks him how their agencies could send so many killers after them. Eddie explains that both agencies are desperate. If John and Jane stay together, they could expose everything. He also reveals that he himself was offered money to kill John, but he refused. Eddie suggests that the only way out is to hand over the target, the man both agencies wanted dead, back to one of the agencies. That might convince them to stop chasing them. John and Jane agree with this plan. They break into a high-security location and manage to capture the target with smart tactics. After capturing him, they interrogate him and ask why both agencies are after them and what makes him so important. The man finally reveals the truth. He says he is just an ordinary person and not important at all. The agencies never actually wanted him dead. Their real goal was John and Jane. The agencies knew that if they sent both of them on the same mission, they would cross paths, discover each other's identities, and eventually kill each other. That was the real plan. But things didn't go as expected. Instead of killing each other, John and Jane survived and came together. That's why the agencies are still trying to eliminate them, and they won't stop until both of them are dead. After hearing this, everything becomes clear to John and Jane. John then says that there must be someone behind all this who knows their every move and is controlling the situation. Now, their next step is to find that person. John understands that the agencies are constantly tracking them, but now, instead of running, he decides they will fight back and eliminate anyone who comes after them so that no one can threaten them again. After saying this, both of them prepare themselves and head to a weapons warehouse, where they gather the most powerful and dangerous weapons they can find. Using a tracking device, they are able to locate their enemies. Soon, all the agents from both sides arrive, and a massive shootout begins. What follows is pure chaos. But in this chaos, John and Jane prove why they are considered the best. One by one, enemies come at them, and they take them down effortlessly. The way they handle their weapons shows their experience. It's clear they've done this thousands of times. Their movements, their aim, their coordination, everything feels natural, like it's just another normal day for them. Watching them fight, it becomes obvious that no one can stand against them. Within minutes, the entire place is filled with bodies. They eliminate every single attacker, leaving no one behind. In the end, they completely destroy the enemy forces and finally take a breath of relief, knowing that no one is left chasing them anymore. Time passes, and things start to return to normal. After some time, both of them once again visit the marriage counselor. But this time, everything is different. Now they are happy in their marriage. The counselor asks Jane, "How would you rate your husband in terms of physical intimacy?" Jane smiles and replies, 10 out of 10. And with that, the story comes to an end. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed this recap, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you.